What's up, guys? So we are T-minus 3 days, if you don't count Monday, the day that we're leaving, to go to EJS. The Jeep is still not done, and we have obviously not had it out on the rocks to test drive it, a shakedown run, as you may call it. So I'm kind of freaked out about that. Today, we're on the way. I'm going to SSV, which is the parent company of Switchworks, the switch panel that we use now in all the rigs. So they are local in the St. George area. So I'm going to pick up their booth stuff, some of their booth stuff for Jeep Beach. So the two-door is actually going to be in their booth at Jeep Beach. So if you guys are going, let us know. We can meet you there. We can meet you somewhere else. We'd love to see you guys. So we're first going to go obviously to EJS and then take all their stuff to Jeep Beach with us. So guys, we're down to the wire here. Do you think we're going to be able to finish this project? I'm extremely nervous because I don't know. All right, I'm here. Hopefully I don't have to do any of the heavy lifting. This place is so dope. It's 40,000 square feet. They're getting it all ready because, guys, it was a recent move from California here into the St. George area. So they're gonna deck the place out with artwork and plants and everything you could possibly want. And then I am gonna make sure that they have an open house. And if you're local, you're invited, of course. So errand number 1 was completed. We picked up the stuff for SSV. And by we, I mean me, because it's a solo trip. So now I'm off to fill up 3 power tanks. We have 2 10-gallons. And so each of those are in, so one in the 2-door, one in the JL, and then we got our brand new 15-gallon for the JKU. So we go to a local place in the town next over called St. George, and it's Scholson Products. So here we are. Here we are. All right, Jeep is on the trailer, but we are not done yet, guys. We have logo. The windshield one's coming off, even though Marlon's kind of sad because he does want that on for nostalgia, but it's just too much. Rock Monster USA, guys, that's the hood, the grill, and the fender conversion as well. So check them out if you haven't already. But we are on the way to Kevin and Brittany's house to install the rest of the Bilstein coilovers. Marlon was only able to get 1 in. It's just extremely difficult on the floor and honestly quite unsafe. So Kevin and Brittany have a lift. They're gonna lend us. Kevin's been here helping all morning. So it's getting together, guys. It's Friday and we are rocking and rolling. It's time, guys. It's time for this to just take a retirement. All right. The Super Winch SX 12,000 pound winch is installed. The coilovers are in. Check those out. Reservoirs, I don't know if we're gonna maintain them there. I don't know if it's permanent home, but that's its home for now. We have all the decals on of all our partners for this build. So huge shout out to everyone involved. Look at these seats. They came out so perfect. So excited. We got to put in the harnesses. And so basically, these are the brackets that we had from our old seats, but we have Tommy, Sergeant Jeep. If you guys haven't seen him on Instagram, I suggest that you do and give him a quick follow. If you need anything, parts like OE parts from Jeeps, he has them in California. Reach out to him. We've gotten a bunch of stuff from him, and so he's bringing us stock seat brackets, and so then that way we can install our seats with the PRP bracket on stock seat brackets that have the slider. So we'll move that back and forth. Let's see, back here we don't have them installed because we're waiting for our Motobill rear seat whole bracket system, and so that will get at EJS. So huge thank you to Motobill as well. We have the power tank all installed, and obviously you guys have seen the Motobill drop down tailgate, which is perfection. Every Jeep needs this tailgate. And I just have to say, Marlon, you have done a phenomenal job. Marlon's installing the Artec full belly skid plate system. We have a very shiny brand new Tom Woods drive shaft. And then right there is the MagnaFlow Y pipe kit. And so that's what came in that box. And then we used a portion of the stock exhaust. And then there you have it. So super, super cool. It worked perfectly. It installed super easily.
Yeah, that was 5 minutes. Like
literally 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's just installing bolts. Everything fits, everything, like nothing. You don't have to cut anything. You don't have to do anything. It's just fits.
Perfect.
Like magic.
Like magic. So we're technically officially done, and there were a couple problems that I didn't get on film, so I'm gonna go over those in a second, but I'm gonna show you what the JKU looks like currently and what it's gonna look like at EJS and Moab. So hold on. Here it is in all of its glory. Guys, I can't believe we're finally here at this point. We've been driving it the last 2 days, and it's been amazing. Honestly, so much more than we thought it was going to be, believe it or not, but we're extremely happy. So a couple things did end up happening that means that things didn't go according to plan. So what does that mean? So I'm going to try to just formulate my thoughts here and let you guys know that when we were at Kevin and Brittany's house the other day, using their lift for a day, putting in the coilovers, the guys realized as they were putting in the last coilover that they had mixed up the springs. So the springs in the rear, which are the longer coilovers, were on the springs in the front, which are shorter coilovers. So literally had to take apart everything, which took several hours. And then they were putting everything in, and then the back of the Jeep sat probably 5 to 6 inches taller than the front. And obviously it looked ridiculous and it wasn't going to work. So we realized there was a couple problems, or there was a specific problem in the rear coilover. Let me show you. So this is definitely on us. We've just never ordered coilovers, and so it was just a lack of knowing and really not knowing what to ask for. Our previous 2 builds were built by reputable shops, so they did the ordering for us. So obviously a learning lesson. But basically the problem is this extension here. This is about 3 inches long. And so even though the coilover was a 12 in the rear like we requested, it did have 3 inches of this, which meant that the spring was a lot more compressed. Now so I'll show you what we did. So Marlon had the great idea of using the 2.5 inch coilovers that we had ordered by mistake, because these didn't have the 3 inches of extension. But the thing is, several things. A, we didn't have 3.0 springs for the 2.5 inch coilovers. We were using the ones from our previous coilovers on the build. We just swapped them, right? So that meant that we didn't have coilovers. And then none of this was flex tested to fit 2.5s. It had always been 2.0s. So there was definitely some shaving, some like taking off the track bar bracket and moving it so that it didn't rub. But at the end of the day, the coilovers are in, but the spring rates and lengths are not correct. So this is just what we have for now. It actually rides pretty good, but Marlon and I made an executive decision. And that executive decision is to not wheel the JKU. Guys, we tried our hardest. We started February 17th. We thought 2 months was gonna be more than enough time. And honestly, it was not. Hindsight's 2020. So now we know moving forward that you kind of always have to try to double your time frame and not start projects like this when you do have such a close deadline. But Marlon gave it his all. We are so grateful to Jason, our buddy Jason from Cooper Off-Road, that helped him for several weeks, every single day in the shop. Obviously grateful to Holly from Mischief Maker TV that lent us her shop and her lift for 4 weeks. Kevin and Brittany, who helped in numerous ways, not only with their personal lift, but their trailer coming to get the JKU, and also Kevin helping whenever Marlon needed. So that was a huge help as well. Guys, the decision to not wheel it at EJS does kind of suck because we were super excited to show it off. But I think it's the right decision because we have not had a chance to take it out and do any sort of real world flex testing, a shakedown run. And God forbid we break on an industry ride or even a Red Rock 4x4 club ride. There is really no service in Moab. It's not going to be fun for us. It's not going to be fun for the other people that are on the ride. So we decided to just wheel my 2-door and just have the 4-door there at EJS to drive around town, and also to go to Jeep Beach, have it parked in the booth with Maxis, and then drive it around town as well. So if you guys see us at EJS, come on by, look at the JKU, but honestly, keep in mind that we did our best and it's not done. And we are just going to continue to work on it when we get back back the second week of May before we head out to Texas, which is for our off-road and chill experience event at Wolf Caves. I'll link everything down in the description below. Everyone's invited. It's a free event. Come wheel with us, come hang out. It's Memorial Day weekend. We always have such a good time. So anyways, guys, yeah, that's kind of, it's like bittersweet, but I think it's the right call. We don't want to break a rig that doesn't need to be wheeled. It doesn't need to be broken. There's so much potential for it, and Marlon has worked so hard that it's just not the right call to potentially break it and basically be stuck out there and just have a bad time altogether and not be able to make Jeep Beach, or even have to, you know, winch it onto the trailer, off the trailer at Jeep Beach, and then not have a DOT street legal vehicle to drive all of Jeep Beach. So we're either going to grab our trailer that's in storage either tonight or tomorrow early in the morning, and then we are on our way to EJS, guys. So that brings us to the next project that we have between now, which is currently Sunday the 13th at 6:39 p.m. Marlon is installing something very different. So this is obviously not a Jeep. This is our tow rig, our F350 dually. And so this guy has taken us across country several times. We bought it probably 2 years ago now. Or maybe
No.
1 year. 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so last January we bought it. And so let's see. What are you going to do? What's happening?
So I'm installing a diesel prevention kit.
Disaster.
Yeah, whatever that is.
So it's actually a disaster prevention kit, and what that means is that the 6.7s, the Fords, are notorious for fuel pump issues. Basically, they blow up and it sends shrapnel and metal and plastic all throughout the entire fuel system, which is catastrophic. It's catastrophic because your truck's gonna stop and it doesn't discriminate where or what time. It's just gonna basically be dead in the water, which realistically is everyone's worst nightmare. And of course, it's probably going to happen at 2 a.m. in Kansas, you know, no phone service, nothing around. But guys, this disaster prevention kit we purchased, I did some research. There's probably 2 on the market, but this one had the best reviews. So Marlon's trying his hand at doing this. He's never worked on a diesel truck before, or, you know, anything other than a Jeep. But there are videos online. We are active consumers of YouTube content. So there's some creators out there that have done videos on this. We are not going to be doing a video. That's not what this is. But it is important because I think that there's other people out there, obviously, that use Fords and have 6.7s. And just the newer ones, I've been told, that have that fuel pump failure, guys. So I actually bought Marlon something a couple weeks ago to make this easier. So Marlon was really concerned because the truck is tall. The Jeeps are tall too, but I mean, if you guys have ever worked on vehicles, you know it's a nightmare to have to like hurt your stomach on this. You can put foam or whatever, but it doesn't work. So I got him a top creeper. Not just any top creeper, but this is a Vevor top creeper, and it is extremely affordable. It was probably like $160, shipped probably out in a week. Here's the brand name. I'll show you guys. So if you're in the market for a top creeper, I actually assembled this with our friend Taryn. It probably took both of us maybe an hour, but that's only because we've never done anything like this. You could probably put this together with 2 people in about 30 minutes, but this foam cushion is definitely saving Marlon's abdomen, and then it allows him obviously to get in there and reach and not be hurt. So it's adjustable. Make it, I think it's probably almost at the tallest setting, right?
No, it keeps going
Oh.
up. Look at all these that you can keep going up.
Cool. The wheels have locks, so it's locked in place. It's not going anywhere. Guys, I highly recommend it. Like, please, for $160, don't be hurting your belly on this sort of situation. I'll link it in the description below. Again, it's not an affiliate or anything like that. It's just a cool product that I got that's honestly, I don't know why we waited so long to get one. So we can definitely use it on the Jeeps too.
Yeah.
So we made it to Moab, guys. It is absolutely stunning. The weather is beautiful. It's definitely a little warmer today or this year than last year, but supposedly there's about a 25% chance of rain on Friday. So hopefully that doesn't happen because both rigs are currently open. Our correct best stop actually arrived yesterday as we were pulling out. I could not have planned it more perfect. We were locked and loaded up on the trailer, pulling out of our neighborhood, and we saw the FedEx truck, and we told him about our plight, that our best stop was in his vehicle, and he kindly took it out prior to his route and gave it to us. So we just have it in a box. But today is a great day, guys. We have a windshield frame, so black windshield frame so our friend Chad from Alabama was nice enough to gift this to me. This is his old windshield frame. It is cracked, so he actually found a new one for his Jeep. Just the glass is cracked. But honestly, guys, my glass for my windshield had been cracked since I got the Jeep. Like probably it cracked a week after I bought it back in June of 2020. So a slightly cracked windshield is way better than no windshield as far as driving it on the road to the trail. So we're super happy, and we have to do it really fast because in about an hour we have to go meet everyone for a ride. What trail do you guys think that we're doing? I've never done it before. Let's just say that every time I've tried to do this trail, my Jeep has broken alternator. So hopefully today's the day. And just like that, the 2025 wheeling season is good to go. And today is looking to be a very productive day. Our friend Tommy, Sergeant Jeep, brought us these stock seat sliders. And so on this, we're gonna put the PRP brackets and then our PRP seats. These Corbeau brackets, the ones that we had before, were for the Corbeau seats, so it's not really meant for this seat. It's very loose. So looking forward to getting that all switched out. And then we have the Motobuilt brackets for the rear, which we just picked up from Motobuilt. They were kind enough to bring us our brackets here all the way to EJS instead of shipping it. I don't think it was gonna be enough time. So we're good to go, guys. All right, so we have the seat up here. We removed the other brackets that we were using in the meantime, and these are the stock brackets with the chair slider, seat slider, I should say. So these adapters here, the ones already on the seat, are directly from PRP. So you're gonna wanna make sure that when you upgrade your seats to suspension seats, you are getting all the necessary hardware, guys. So we got back to the Airbnb. We did the Jeep concept ride all day today, which was phenomenal. If you guys haven't checked out that video, make sure you don't miss it because that was out of this world. So we're back at the Airbnb and we are finally installing the best top. As you guys know, the best top, FedEx lost it and it arrived Monday as we were pulling out of our home to head here to EJS. So we have our friend Humberto all the way from Texas that's here at EJS and Moab for the first time ever. And we coerced him into helping Marlon install the best top. It says installation is approximately 2 hours and they're probably at about the 1 hour mark. So I'd say that's pretty spot on, but obviously it goes a little faster if you have good help. So the temperature here in Moab is about to change drastically. And by that, I mean the wind is picking up. There's gonna be winds tomorrow, 40 miles an hour wind gusts. And then Friday, it's going to rain, if not Thursday, starting Thursday evening. And then the temperature is gonna drop to like 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which right now it's 76. Yesterday was a high of like 80. So we're talking about literally dropping almost 40 degrees, quite literally overnight. And just like that, we have a soft top. Well, I won't say just like that because the guys literally, it probably took them 2.5 hours. Guys, I highly recommend if you're gonna install a best top, leave it out in the very hot sun for like a good 4 to 6 hours just to like let it stretch. But it has been, I mean, the difference is already crazy, so.
And we made it to Daytona Beach. As you can see, the Jeep is still in one piece. Nothing broke, nothing like came apart, so everything went awesome for us. As you can see, we're only missing the rock slider because we have to modify it to fit this setup that we have right now, and we're also missing the new springs. Sorry guys, we're right next to an airport. Sorry for the noise, but we need new springs because this spring ratio is totally wrong. It rides really rough because we knew that we have to bring it to EJS and Jeep Beach, so we had to put whatever was available for us at the moment. But yeah, that's the only thing missing. We drove it in Moab. It went great. It can flex, it can do any trail, but we're super excited to be here in Daytona Beach right now. So stay tuned guys for the Jeep Beach video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and don't forget to subscribe. See ya.